Yeah, it had some issues.
And then we have an update on the Turpin family. So this is the family from Paris, California. Mother and father were abusing and malnourishing their children in their home. The 17-year-old child, who to police and authorities looked to be about 10 years old, she escaped the home and alerted police to find the rest of her family. Well, we just found out today that there were YouTube videos that she was uploading to the internet of her singing songs, her playing with the dogs. And so we have those to show for you, but it's just incredible that this family is still going through all of this. And another thing we learned today is that the kids are going through music therapy.
Really?
They really enjoy music, and a performer, Yo-Yo Ma, who I was not familiar with, but Joe, our digital manager, was very familiar with, went and performed for them at the hospital. And so that's what we have so far on that story. Super moving.
I was going to say my takeaway from watching this sweet girl sing is that you really don't know what people are going through and how important it is just to be kind, and that doesn't make you weak.
That's so true.
And that's what I'm going to take away from that, because she was singing her heart out. You would never think she was going through all those awful things behind the scenes.
Right, and anyone who's looking on YouTube, anyone looking on YouTube and listening to the video doesn't know who that little girl is, doesn't know what her situation is, but the words that she uses, the lyrics that I would imagine she wrote herself, are sad and show you that she is going through some things. So you can only hope the best for that family.
And you see a little bit of the video of inside the house. Now, when the story first broke, we all imagined what the inside of the house would look like.
Who didn't?
Yeah, and then you see that, and remember, that's just a small little snippet.
Yep.
So it doesn't tell the whole story. Different, I would say, probably different than how we imagine. It looks like just like anybody else's house.
Do you see the corner of the room though? All the trash and
the
debris.
clothes,
Yeah,
yes.
the clothes.
Yeah, so there are maybe some signs that things weren't, perfect or something was going on, but that's drastically different than how I imagine it, and the fact that she apparently had a way to record a video and post means that maybe they were more connected to the outside world than we imagined. It's just one of these, there's so many more layers to the story that they could go to an amusement park, or they could go out in public, and everything was odd, but no red flags necessarily. But then clearly things were much worse than anybody realized.
A sliver of it presented through the slats. And how do you think the neighbors must feel? Because I've seen so many of the neighbors saying, "Oh, we had no idea what was going on." It's made me look around my own neighborhood and say, "What am I missing?"
Exactly. But even if you were keyed into everything that was going on, you look at these kids and you see them out in the real world engaging in behaviors, and so you're thinking, okay, maybe they are okay. And I remember when this story broke, we were sitting at the extra shot table thinking, all right, who's going to be the reporter that gets into that house and finally gets the story with these kids? But to know that they were reaching out to us, even if it was through YouTube, it's like, darn it, how did we miss that?
I'm curious of the lyrics of the song that she was singing.
They were like, what's wrong with me? Accept me, kind of like internalizing everything. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Do you wonder if you have the connectedness that you can post to YouTube videos, do you wonder why none of them thought, we should send out an awful bulletin, cry for help, show what's taking place in here?
I was going to say, Elizabeth Smart, watching her documentaries, she talks about how she would, people came out to help her, and she felt so entrapped that she couldn't even speak to ask for that help.
It just must be an overwhelming psychological barrier, because then they've got their brothers and sisters, their parents. No, maybe deep down, they're still their parents. They still love them, but knowing that once that they get out, that all of this is going to happen to this family. So if they can hang on a little bit longer, maybe the parents will realize that this isn't right.
You hope.
Yeah, exactly. You're always hoping in your situation to make it better without inviting other people, because you know what's going to happen next.
Producer Chrissy, do we have the sound of the 17-year-old songwriter, we'll call her? Okay, great. Let's play that for them.
We didn't even know.
Okay, so
just a little snippet.
That's all we have, but we do have her playing with her dog, and what Rob was saying before, it seems like a normal household. What 17-year-old girl doesn't have a pile of clothes in the corner of her room? It's almost expected.
But you hear what she said, we didn't even know. And that's what we're saying right now. We didn't even know how troubled we are.
And the brainwashing that's taken place before now, too. That also might, and to a certain degree, I know it's not an exact parallel, but Munchausen syndrome is probably taking place where, they think that this is the way life goes on, and they appreciate what little their parents do give them.
It's crazy. And then in a world where We have so much to worry about, and we want to focus on the safety of our kids. This is just another story that brings up the idea of how do we protect the children in our lives and make sure that they feel comfortable just going about growing as individuals. So we'll keep commenting and looking at what you guys have to say. So far, Tammy says that it's just a very sad story all the way around. Shame on those evil parents, and everyone else saying good morning. But